Hello everyone, this is Sian, Archer and Olive Ambassador, also known as @Perceive Grace, both on Instagram and YouTube. Today I am bringing you 4 bullet journal theme ideas for spring. And for this video, if you want to follow along or you want to get a head start on theme ideas for your bullet journal, what you might want to have is the printable ready to go that comes along with the corresponding blog post to this video. You could also similarly set this up on a blank bullet journal page if you don't have a printer at home to print something like this out. The materials that I have ready to go today for the spring bullet journal themes that I've already fleshed out include washi tape. The majority of the washi tape I have set aside is from Archer and Olive. And then back here I do have some Archer and Olive calligraphs. And then over here, I have my Archer and Olive acrylographs. And then I just have this Archer and Olive fine point pen to just write in the other stuff like the idea, the aesthetic, and the other elements. And then I have my Archer and Olive scissors, my essential scissors, so that I can cut the washi to do the washi swatches. I'm gonna take you through the 4 ideas that I have to share with you for those spring bullet journal setup themes. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's get started. We are going to start off very strong for this first theme idea with an ode to spring. A quintessential Hello Spring theme is perfect for the month of March or ushering in the spring equinox. Whatever exudes spring most to you is the perfect inspiration for this theme. My interpretation of Hello Spring as an aesthetic elicits colorful, botanical, and fun. I think of splashing in rain puddles or strolling through a garden amidst the busy creatures emerging from winter. For the color palette, as you will eventually see in the upper right, I am heavily pulling from the orange and blue in the washi tape selections I have made here. I think washi tape or decorative tape is a great starting point for any theme. You can really select decorative tape of your choosing and then just roll with a theme from there. So that is what I'm kind of going with here. The orange and the blue of all of these washi tape or decorative tape selections really stands out to me the most. Orange would be a great color because it definitely makes me think of flowers and even rain boots. And then the blue is great because it makes me think of the sky, of course. And I'm going to be lettering in a very springy, no pun intended, lettering style for this. So bold, big, and springy is what I thought would pair nicely. And I really like this orange color again. And in the upper right for the color palette, you will also see me pull in 2 acrylograph pens. That one will be a light pink color or an opal color, and the other one will be this green color. So green definitely is a great color for spring because of grass. And then pink, of course, just because I think a soft pink goes well with most themes, honestly, and definitely would elicit flowers as well. Other elements that you'll see me list out I think would go well with this theme are just any sort of spring themed stickers you might have in your personal collection, and dainty floral doodles would look really cute as well. Next up is a tried and true cherry blossom theme. I highly recommend checking out when peak cherry blossom bloom is for your region of the world, wherever you're located. If you have cherry blossom trees, this is definitely a light and refreshing theme. If that's what you're going for, I think dainty, delicate, pastel, and light and gold all to come together in my mind to bloom a cohesive cherry blossom bullet journal theme. Of course, pink is going to be utilized, like I said, as far as like pastel colors go, but I think blue also works really well because what I think of is like the sky peeking through the cherry blossom tree branches. That's where that blue would come into play. And this printable actually proved really helpful here. This theme preview printable proved helpful because as soon as I put down that soft blue in the color palette in the upper right, I realized that the mint grid washi I immediately was going to pull in did not match that and didn't really make any sense. So then I found a solid blue decorative tape in my personal collection that matched that color a lot more closely and made more sense. So as you can see, overall the decorative tape of this selection revolves around gold, pink, white, and blue, which all make me think of this theme. For the lettering style, I wanted to go very elegant and thin because that again reminds me of the cherry blossom tree branches, and then of course how dainty and delicate cherry blossoms are and the way they look, all super pretty. And then in general, other elements that I think would pair nicely with this kind of theme would be any sort of cherry blossom scrapbooking paper you could get your hands on, or just solid colors that match this theme. And then if you could print out free use cherry blossom stock photos. I think that would be really pretty as well to print and paste into your bullet journal for this theme. I am truly a firm believer that you can make a cottagecore theme work for any season really, but I do think that spring and autumn are the primary cottagecore seasons for this theme. Spring, certainly in this instance, I think of mushrooms sprouting on the hillside, deer or bunny rabbits resting in fields of wildflowers, and baskets carrying a midday picnic. The aesthetic is certainly whimsical, cozy, and nature-oriented, and then the color scheme matching that decorative tape would be very much so earthy and rich colors. This printable to preview a bullet journal theme proved really helpful here for this theme as well for a different reason. As I was lettering out my lettering style, I realized very quickly I did not like it, and I ended up going more so with my default brush lettering style that you can see in the blog post link down below, where I have the corrected draft of this located. But otherwise, other elements I think would pair really nicely with this theme would be nature-oriented stamps or any sort of cottagecore themed stickers I might have in my collection. Last but not least is my personal favorite of these 4 spring bullet journal theme ideas, which is a Regency Garden idea. I thoroughly enjoy taking inspiration from the Regency period of English history, which is 1811 to 1820. It's often associated with springtime for the characteristic imagery of English gardens, romantic countryside manners, and pastel color schemes of women's fashion. I really love the washi tape I ended up using here. I'm in love with the purple, with the teal, and the pink as well, and then that dark green. I think it's very rich and soft at the same time. And you'll see me incorporating those colors into the color palette, of course, as well. For the lettering style, I went with something a little bit more elongated and delicate. I think it reminds me of ribbon, the lettering style that is, so I think that's why I went with it. Ribbon obviously would be very much connected with a theme like this. And other elements I definitely recommend pairing with this theme would be Regency inspired patterned scrapbooking paper, or any sort of relevant ephemera like lace or anything that looks vintage would be really, really pretty with this theme. I hope you enjoyed this video and can take inspiration from these 4 spring bullet journal theme ideas. Be sure to check out the corresponding blog post in the description box below for that free printable. Thanks so much for watching, and happy journaling.